Okay, I'm not really sure how to program this guy. I think it's the same way as the Drock one. Hopefully, I actually haven't used it yet either. So maybe we can probably hook it up to the Soldering battery real quick. I'm going to take it out of the packaging here. So like I said, this is 750. I'm not sure. I think Lunicycle might sell something like this, but it's not exactly like this. But I really like this one. I've been using it for a while. Okay, so there it is. There's the unit. There is a protected plastic over it. Alright, so hopefully this lasts a while. I don't know how well it handles the sun, but this is going to connect right here. Okay, and then the rest goes to a battery. So what we can do, let's test if it works first. Let's hook it up to the surround battery. Okay, here we go. Well, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure which one's the positive and the negative. Well, one way to find out. We get a voltmeter. Okay, I forgot I broke the probes on that. Alright. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to check the voltage on this bad boy. Okay. We got about 64 volts in there. Okay, so that says negative, so I got it backwards. So this is the positive, and this is the negative. Okay. Positive is the one on the top. Okay. So let's go connect positive here. Connect the negative. I probably should have done it the other way around. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to connect our negative here, and then a positive. He needs to make his little electronics experiment. Oops. It's working, but I can't get the wire in there. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So it says it's 100%. It says it's 62.8 volts. Okay, so it workies. Good stuff. So I'll program it later. It says it's 100%. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's like at 86%. So I actually have to program this. I'm not really sure how. It's the same way as the Drock one. The funny thing is I didn't get a manual with this one. Oh.
Powering on.
Oh, this has a temperature on it too. I wonder what the temperature, where it's getting the temperature reading from though. That's a good question. Maybe it's not using an external probe. Maybe it's just whatever the temperature where the gauge is, you know. That's kind of cool. But this might be in the sun, so. Alright, so yeah, it works. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect all this stuff before I short something out. This little electronics experiment is done. Good stuff. Alright, so now let's get ready to install this thing. Okay, so there's only 2 wires to install, so that's not too bad. I got my bike on a stand here. You don't really need your bike on a stand. I think it's a 4mm. Okay, yeah. So we got to take this ignition thing out, and we got to take the USB out. So I'm going to go unplug my USB charge cable here first. Get that out of the way. Close this up, and we're gonna be tapping into one wire from the USB charger and one from the ignition. Okay, the ignition switch. So let's go ahead and unscrew this. What we should probably do first is disconnect the battery and all that stuff. So we start fiddling. Okay, I think I'm just going to take the battery out. I don't know how much we have to get in there, but I'm going to go disconnect the breaker here and disconnect this breaker. Disconnect the battery. always hard to get this battery out. Okay. Such a tight battery. Okay. Yeah, it was probably a good idea to take the battery out. It'll be a little easier to work in that area. So let's just tuck these wires down here. So we're not really going to use them. And then let's go ahead and disconnect, unbolt the ignition. You guys can see the action here. I hate getting in here too. It's just a rat's nest back here, man. It didn't look too hard in the write-up, so I'm hoping this is not gonna be that hard. Hopefully that wire is long enough too. Okay, I got the two screws right here, and then we'll kind of take this out. Should slide out or something. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so you're going to want to tap two wires. I believe one of them is a black with a red stripe. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this is a black with a red stripe. I think that's where your positive goes, and then I think your negative goes to the USB connector here. You can, if you want to make it a little easier to work with, you can just disconnect it, I guess. So, whoa. What a bunch of crap. Yeah. Okay. They don't label these, so don't I would label it before you take it out, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Just so we can work with the wires a little better, because I'm going to solder the wires in. Okay. I feel that soldering is the best way to do it, and that's why I got the connector, so I could easily disconnect it. Okay. So I got a little piece of masking tape here. I'm just going to put masking tape on the positive wire, and I'll show you how I know it's the positive wire. Ugh, there's already a lot of stuff connected to it too, man. Yeah, this is the previous owner did a bunch of stuff to this bike, man. So, okay, so I know that I will even write positive on it. Okay, I'm gonna put plus here. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says plus on it. There's a plus sign. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to disconnect this connector here. This one you can't mess it up, so it's just two wires. So. Looks like it's quite easy to hot wire. It's wrong, by the way. Shh, don't say anything. Okay. Yeah, this one you can't. There's no way you can mess that one up. Okay, so the way I could tell which one is the positive and negative is this one has a positive here and this one has a negative right here. Okay. I'm going to set that aside, and now we got plenty of room to work with. Okay, so I've got the wire harness right here. Alright, I took it out of the thing, so I don't really need it. That's the beauty of having connectors. You can connect stuff when when it's fishing in through here, or maybe we'll just fish it in through here. But there's different places I could put it in. I have like holes in my cover for stuff, so yeah, I could pretty easily fish it in here if I wanted to. Alright, so it looks like the gauge is going to be around here somewhere, and it's only got to go up to there. So I could probably cut half of this wire off. So I'm actually gonna reuse this. So I'm gonna cut half of it, and definitely this wire is long enough. We're gonna have a connector in here, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut this right here. Then we're gonna add a connector right here, connect them together, and then we're gonna solder it onto the wire here. Okay, so that's the plan. That's the plan. He's Vega has. Okay. So I'm going to cut this in half and then start putting connectors on it, okay? Okay. So I got, I think I'm going to use 2 different soldering irons. For the connector, I'm going to use this big, really powerful one, but for when we tap the wire, we're going to use the nice, the smaller one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. Snip. Okay. Now, if you wanted to use the, like, I think in the video they use taps is what they use. Those little plastic taps, and I kind of don't like those because they're kind of messy. And the connection is not as good. So, okay. So, I'm going to go get 2 connectors. Hopefully, they're the right ones. I don't even really know how to install this, man. Okay, I think these are the same. Well, you just get the one that's already grouped in the pair, Marlin. Okay, let's get that one. Okay. Now we're going to need 4 pins. It's supposed to go that way, and then you press it in, and it should click in place. How I'm going to do that without messing up the cable, I don't know. I'm not really sure how this works. I forgot how to do these. I think it goes from the back. I think you're supposed to press it in from the back and it snaps in place. Okay. I think these ones go here. Sorry, Hazemeg is trying to figure out how to do this. Alright, Hazemeg here. Sorry, I'm having like a hard time figuring out how this works. So I think it's supposed to go on like this first, and you're supposed to press it from the front. It's kind of weird. I would think you'd press it from the back. I think you can put any kind of pin. You can put a male or female. So this one I think I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use the male. So is that what I have there? Yeah. So I think the way this works is. Man, this is really small. I think I should have used a small soldering iron. What I like to do is just heat this up until it gets really hot. Because it's hard to get the... It's hard... There we go. Okay. Okay. Heat that up till it gets really hot. And I just stick the wire in there. Okay, and I heat it up again. Okay. Boy, that didn't work out too well. Okay, hold on. Let me put more solder in there. Maybe there's not enough. Fill it up all the way, man. This is a pretty powerful soldering iron, so. Okay. Then I stick this in here. It's all molten and shit. There we go. Okay. Okay. I think I should make the wire smaller. Let me make the wire smaller. Cut it in like half. That one didn't go too well. Yeah, bear with me, guys. I've never used one of these connectors before, man, so. Okay, there's one. I hope I'm doing this right. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see if it works. I had these just lying around and I never use them, so that's why I'm using them. Okay, guys. So I heat the actual pin up. Okay. And then I just stick it in there so it's full of solder. Okay. Okay. I get feeling this should be for a slightly bigger wire. That should work. Okay. Okay, and then that's one of them. The second one turned out much better, but the red one. Okay, and then we're going to go press these into place. Let's get this off my anvil. I think you're supposed to press this until it clicks or something, right? Okay, anyway, I'll let you know what I figured out. I don't know why I pressed the pins in all the way with the vise. I had the back on there like that, and so that's how that works. Hopefully it doesn't come out. This one I kind of sacrificed. I already pressed it in there, so hopefully it comes out. Okay, good. I think we're good. All right, so that one is done. I hope. So we'll see what happens with the other one now. So now the other one will have male connectors on it. I think you can put them any way you want. I'm not 100% on that, man, but... Okay, I got the female side, so I'm just gonna push the. Oh, there's too much solder. Put too much solder on it, man. I'm gonna have to grind that solder off. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in the vise. Okay, there's one. You think I should just force this one in? I think we can. Let's see. Maybe I should grind it. Let me grind it first with the Dremel. Okay, yeah, I had some extra solder on the side here, and that might keep it from going in, but it's going in now, so. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to do it, but it seems to work. Alright, hopefully it works. Wish me luck. Here we go. Boom. There you go. Connected. Boom. Perfect. Alright, I figured out how to use it. Okay, so all that's left is we need to solder these to the bike, okay? And for that, we'll use a different soldering iron. I mean, this is a picture from the website, the Electric Bike Forum, and so we gotta connect the positive to the red with black wire, a black stripe, and then we connect the negative to the green wire on the USB thingy. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. Okay, so yeah, it makes sense that the red wire would go to this red wire right here, the red with black here, and then the other one would go to the green wire. So I don't know what's going on here, man. There's some funky wiring here. It's just a ground. I think the green wire is a ground. That's why they're using it. It's like it's conveniently located there. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel. So my bike has all this funky wiring on it. So your bike probably won't have this, so it'll just be a wire, you know. And you'll have to cut into the jacket. So to prevent from me having to cut back into the jacket, I'm gonna go peel off all this electrical tape and then we'll put it back. I don't really know what this wiring is for. It's probably for my lights, you know. So there's already been something soldered there. So I'm just going to go ahead and add on to that is what I'm going to do. Okay. So this is the, this one is the negative wire, and then nothing is tapped into the positive wire on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll do the negative one. So I'll just I'm going to get an accelerated video of this, and I'm just going to show you what I did after I'm done, okay? It's just me soldering wires, you know? All right. Okay, here's me here. I just got done soldering the wires on there, so I haven't put any electrical tape on it yet. But this is the negative wire here, and it's going to the green wire here. Okay, that's the negative, and that's true because remember I marked the positive with the piece of masking tape, so I knew that one was the positive one. So it makes sense to hook up the negative one to the green wire because this one goes to the negative. And I think they're just using that as a ground. You can probably connect it somewhere else, but it's convenient because it's like right there already. And then I connected the positive wire to the red with the black stripe on it. Okay. Now I almost messed up. Hades Omega got really lucky because I didn't bother to check which way the before I put the wires in. I didn't check the key here on the connectors. For this specific connector, so I got really lucky. The big end is supposed to go to the low end, to small end. So this is the big end, and then the small end was going to the positive on the other one. There was a 50-50 chance that I messed up, and I was like, oh, I might have to switch the wires around, you know. So, but I got it right. So the positive and the negatives line up. So, and let me go plug it in. I'll show you. But I just wanted it this way so I could unplug it pretty easily. You could pretty easily disconnect it from the gauge, so, but that's okay. So there we go. So you got that. And if you don't want to use it, you just put a piece of tape around it. So that works for me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tape up all these connections, put everything back together, and hopefully it'll work when we put the battery back in. All right. I'll just speed this video up. Okay, he's here. There's my handiwork. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff back together. What I did is I put electrical tape around it, and I always put an electrical tape in a zip tie just in case the adhesive on the electrical tape goes bad. You know, because they do, especially when you leave them in the sun and stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put put all the stuff back. The wires under here, it's pretty easy to access, and if I did want to just shove it in there and not use it, we could do that too. So now I'm gonna go put the screws back in. Okay, here we go. It's the moment of truth. Is this going to work? So I'm going to go connect this right here. Okay. I think we're just going to run it up where the cover is for now. Let's put the battery back in first. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's put the Soldering battery. Or you know what? I had the Lightspeed battery in there already, so let's just use the Lightspeed. Okay. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Will it work? So we're almost done. We still have to mount the gauge, but first we got to function test it. So I'm gonna go plug this in. so. Okay. It's going to go something like this. So I'm going to install it like that. That's the way I want to install it. So fire it up. Power's on. 74.5 volts. There we go. It works. It works just fine. I can cycle between temperature and state of charge. Okay. Ideally, I would want it up here, but it's, you know, this is a great place to put it right here. Okay. So now I just have to program this guy to the right thing, but okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go mount this bad boy. So I think once I mount this, I'm probably not going to be able to disconnect it anymore from here. So that's a good it's a good thing that we got the thing to disconnect it. But let's install the Soldering battery first to see if that works also. Also, when you turn it off, it should turn off with the bike. Good. So, perfect. That's exactly how I want it. All right, so we're going to go install the Soldering battery now. Let's see if that works. So if you remember, this one was said 74 volts. Okay. Let's take that little data cable out. I don't even know if we're supposed to use this anymore with this setup, but it's fine. Okay. Let's disconnect the breaker, the cover. Okay. Still deciding what we're going to do. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to drill a hole right under it here, and then we're going to run it that way. We could probably tape it underneath the cover too. The cover is never going to come out, but it has to be able to move with the cover though. Okay, so yeah, we should be. So you should be able to see both. So this one and the other one. So here we go. Fire it up. Boom. Oh, I didn't flip the breaker. Yes, that means you forgot to flip the breaker, Merlin. It was like there was a little short burst of power, and then that was it. Okay. Okay, it should work now. Boom. Okay, so if you remember, it was 74 volts. Now it's 64 volts. Okay. Cool. And it's pretty close. It's pretty accurate. Compared to here, right here. See, so you can see on the NXT display. It tells you the voltage. It's 64.1 there, 64.2 right here. So it's pretty close enough. All right, nice, it works. So next thing we got to do, so it works with both batteries. It's beautiful, man. So when I program this, the state of charge, the little indicator here, and the state of charge is going to be wrong. The state of charge I'm going to want to get is the one that's on the battery right here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole